Hai, welcome again to Rumah Belajar Matahari. Let's continue our lesson. Next, we will move on to problems with modals and modal-related patterns, or let's say modal plus verb word. As always, before we continue, let's give it a try to answer the following questions. Now, let's briefly review the modal pattern. Sometimes you may find a modal in a sentence. For example, they might visit us. In this case, it would be very important for you to be able to identify first the subject and then modal and verb, or sometimes it may have an object as well in a sentence. And anyway, in English, there are some modals that actually we can use, such as can, could, may, must, shall, should, will, and would. Each of them has a different function and also meaning. Well, let's have a look at these examples. From each pair, which sentence do you think is the correct one and the incorrect one? Take your time and don't forget to take some notes if necessary. I'm going to give you 30 seconds for doing this task. Good luck! Let's review the examples. The first pair is, after you show me the way, I can to go by myself. After you show me the way, I can go by myself. Here, the correct answer or the correct sentence is, after you show me the way, I can go by myself. It should be noted that after modal, we are not supposed to use to infinitive for the verb. So the correct one is, after you show me the way, I can go by myself. Next, our friends might stopping to see us on their way to California. And the other sentence is, our friends might stop to see us on their way to California. The correct one here is, our friends might stop to see us. Also, it should be noted that after modal, we are not supposed to use verb ing. That's why here the correct sentence is, our friends might stop to see us on their way to California. Next, I would, if there is time, liking to make a phone call. The other sentence is, I would, if there is time, like to make a phone call. For now, let's ignore this part of the sentence. So we can connect whether it is I would liking or I would like. Remember, as I have mentioned before, we are not supposed to use verb ing after modal. That's why here the correct sentence is, I would, if there is time, like to make a phone call. In conclusion, we can say that after the modal, we are supposed to use only the base form of the verb. No to infinitive, no verb ing. Now let's check your answer. By the time a baby has reached his first birthday, he should, without the help of an adult, blah blah blah, sit up or even stand up. Maybe the sentence looks long, but then if we can have a closer look at it, we can first, let's ignore this part of the sentence. So we can ignore this part for a while, and we can also ignore this part for a while. Here we can see that it has a subject, that is he, followed by a modal, that is should. And what we need to do here is that to complete the modal with a verb in here. That's why we have some options, either A, B, C, or D. Let's have a look at the options. Okay, option 1, to be able to. B, able to. C, to be able. And D, be able to. Remember, as we have already discussed before, that after a modal, it must not be followed by to infinitive. For sure, in this case, we have to delete or we have to omit the option A and option B. And as I have mentioned previously, that a modal, it must be followed by a base form of the verb. Here, in fact, B, it doesn't have any verb. But the one which has the base form of the verb is option D. That is B. So, the correct answer for this question is D. Be able to. In a complete sentence, we can say, by the time a baby has reached his first birthday, he should, without the help of an adult, be able to sit up or even stand up. And now what about the other question? Many birds will, in the normal course of their migrations, flying more than 3,000 miles to reach their winter homes. Again, this sentence may look quite long, but then if we have a closer look at it, we can see that we can omit for a while or we can ignore for a while this part of the sentence in the normal course of their migration. And here we can see that many birds is the subject of the sentence and will is the modal. And let's see here. We have the modal here. Let's see what is the verb of the modal here. Now we can see that here there is flying. So many birds will fly in. So now we can spot the correct part of the sentence, that is flying. As I have mentioned before, that we are not supposed to use ing after a modal. I mean, we are not supposed to say or we are not supposed to use verb ing after a modal. So it is supposed to be many birds in the normal course of their migrations fly more than 3,000 miles to reach their winter homes. So the answer is B. We will talk more about modals, but before that, don't forget to click like and also subscribe. As I have mentioned before, there are some modals in English, and each of them has a different meaning with a different function. First, let's find out what can means. First, it is to tell possibility, like, can I help you? Or ability, David can speak 3 languages. Or a permission, can I sit in that chair, please? For could, it can tell a possibility like extreme rain could cause the river to flood the village. Also, we can use could to tell an ability, just like can. David could speak 3 languages. Next, may. May, we can use may to tell a probability, like that may be a better solution for you. Also, we can use it for telling or asking for permission. May I borrow your dictionary? That's how may works. What about might? Might, we can use might to tell a probability. Well, it looks nice, but it might be very expensive. Must, it is to tell about necessity. I must memorize all of these rules about tenses. Or also, we can use must to tell a logical conclusion, like, hey, look at all that snow, it must be cold outside. Shall. Shall, we can use this to tell about future with an emphasis. Like, for example, you shall be the first person to know about it. Alright? What about will? I guess it is so common for you to say, right? And will, we can use will to tell about the future. Like, I will see you tomorrow. What about would? For would, we can use would to tell about a condition. Like, for example, I would drive around the world if I had a car. Okay then, I am sure there are more examples how those models can be used in our daily conversation. And it is the right time for you to explore more. Alright then, so this is all the lesson for today. Always stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and don't forget to stay crazy. Bye everyone!